Now let's make a tuna roll or Temaki roll. Get your half sheet of nori and your rolling mat, again flat side facing up, and then put your sheet of nori down on it, again with the bumpy side facing up. Get yourself a pretty good size rice, lay it down, and you want to basically cover most of the nori sheet with a thin layer of rice. You want to leave about a 1/4 inch strip up at top. Now would be a good time to lay down a little strip of wasabi if you so desire. Again, be careful with this stuff, it's rather potent. And then get 1 or 2 strips of tuna, lay them down right in the middle, like so. Now we're gonna grab and roll. Rather like that. And mine is falling apart, but ignore that fact. Basically, you want something like this. Now, take your knife, dip it in your hand vinegar, slice once down the middle, line those 2 slices up, and then slice that into 3 parts, and well, there, that kind of looks like it. There you have your Temaki or tuna roll. Very messy, but there you have it. Interesting fact, you might, as you look at your neighborhood sushi restaurant, you might go look through their listing of rolls and see all these rolls, your spider rolls and your rainbow rolls and your dynamite rolls, and you might think, oh, these are all really cool Japanese rolls. Well, guess what? Technically, the only 2 sushi rolls that can be called real bona fide Japanese sushi rolls are the kappamaki or cucumber roll that we made last time, and these, the Temaki or tuna rolls. Every other roll out there is basically a purely American creation. Interesting fact, huh? Finally, let's make nigiri or pressed sushi, which is actually either both easier and in some ways more difficult. Now there's a fancy schmancy sushi chef way of forming the rice ball, but I'm going to show you sort of the cheater's simple method, and you don't have to be precise on this, just kind of, as long as you make roughly something that roughly the right shape, you're good. I mean, it's not like you're being judged on presentation or anything. You want to get yourself a ball of rice about palm sized and shape it into a kind of an egg like shape, and try avoiding pressing the rice as much as possible. You want to squeeze it and make mochi. Again, kind of a roughly square or rectangular shape with rounded edges, kind of egg shape, and then just basically get your your little piece of fish. Some people might want to put a swipe of wasabi down on it, your choice, and then just plop it right on top. Again, not the precise sushi chef formal training method, but hey, it works in a pinch.
But there is one more thing.
You can also make Chirashi sushi, otherwise known as big old bowl of sushi rice with various fish and other seafood ingredients piled on top of it. So simple that even I can make it. And there you have it. Our long sushi journey has finally come to an end. By now you should be able to make some pretty tasty treats. A lot of them are quite easy to make, like inari sushi or of course chirashi sushi. And even the difficult ones aren't really that difficult. Don't worry too much if your rolls don't come out perfect, or if your nigiri sushi, kind of sort of falls apart. I mean, you're not like, unless you're like practicing to play a sushi chef on TV, or if you're learning the sushi chef to get a job as a sushi chef, just don't worry about it. I mean, it's all going to go in your mouth anyway, so it'll taste the same, even if it doesn't look the same as what you see in a sushi restaurant. So don't worry too much about the form. Just enjoy the tasty treats. So let's talk. I want to talk now about the future, specifically the future of the video podcasts. I may do some more Japanese cooking ones in the future. I'll try, probably not for a while, and I'll probably keep those to a minimum. What's next for the video podcast, though, I think, is I'm going to go do some Japanese travel and cultural related things. There are some Japanese festivals coming up that I'm going to try and get to, and maybe I can get some video from there, some various cultural events. So in other words, I'll try to stay more on topic to what Otaku no Podcast is about. But probably the next series of videos I'm going to do is actually going to be some videos about my travels in Japan. In 2004, God, it's like 6 years ago now, we went on a wonderful trip to Japan, which I still dream about and think about to this day. I so want to go back, and I just can't wait. But anyways, on that trip, I took almost 15 hours worth of video. No, I am not going to show you all of that video. Believe me, I'm going to edit it down. In fact, that's the problem. That's been the problem. I just haven't been able to, I've been procrastinating. I haven't really been able to edit it all down. But I was thinking, now that I have started to do video podcasts for Otaku no Podcast, I think it would be a great idea to edit out some of the highlights, and show you guys around different parts of Japan. We went through various parts of Tokyo, Kyoto, Kurashiki, what was the other one? Various parks and other places, Hakone. So I'll be releasing I'll keep them pretty short, maybe 5-10 minutes at most, trip segments over the coming months. To the people who accompanied me on the trip, don't worry, I'm not going to include any personal things. We won't have our wild. Unfortunately, you won't see any of our wild karaoke nights. Well, I'll probably maybe put some of my karaoke in for comedic relief. But anyways, look forward to that in the coming months. I'll finally start getting some of my Japan trip video out. Now, a word of warning, this was, 2004, this was before HD camcorders came into effect. I had kind of a cheap, crappy mini DV camcorder at that time, so the video quality is not going to be as good. I don't have any professional mics or boom mics or anything, so the audio quality is not going to be that good. It's mostly going to be me doing voiceover anyway, so I'll probably cut out most of the actual camcorder audio. But also, the tapes have been in storage for about 6 years, and so they've started to kind of degrade. There are some spots in the tape that are actually completely unrecoverable, so I'll have to edit those out. But still, it should be watchable, and it should definitely be interesting, at least I think so. As far as Otaku no Podcast audio podcasts, like I said earlier, I'm definitely in the busy period. I just had this conference that I worked 2 weekends ago. Work is getting really busy, and we're also in the middle of moving. So some of my stuff is already packed away. I will try and get another audio podcast out. I know I've got Anime on the Cheap Part 3, or Part 2, sorry. And I also have a conversation that me and my friends had about Anime LA, which is horribly late, but I'm going to get it out for completeness sake. Now, as far as conventions are going, as I said before, I don't have a huge, I have hardly any travel budget, so the only conventions I can really get to are here in the California area, mostly in LA and San Francisco, San Jose. I may be going to FanimeCon, which is in, I believe, late May. And I'm definitely going to Anime Expo, which is in the, July 4th weekend. So I'll definitely be getting some footage, some interviews. I'll try and get some interviews and definitely some video and stuff from there. But I'm working on some projects right now that may come to fruition, and I might be able to be presenting those in a panel at either FanimeCon, Anime Expo, or both. So keep your eye on the Otaku no Podcast website. When anything develops on that front, I'll be sure to announce it there. So thank you for sticking with me through this Japanese cooking sushi food journey thing, and I'll see you next time.